Suns and Knicks in downtown Phoenix. Boom meets bang. K-Ray and Mike Breen on the mic. Book went boom first. He had 31 points for the Suns, going for their 8th win in 10 games. Then Dillon goes bang. He was drilling threes. 20 points in the first half, 27 in the game. The Knicks' size and defense holding the Suns just 18 points in the fourth quarter. They were searching for hoops. And there is Royce O'Neal, very timely. They got the grit and the hustle again from Grayson. He had a couple of these plays. This one knocking it out of bounds off of the Knicks. Suns hang on to win at 112-107. They indeed have won 8 of their last 10. They are now, Tom Chambers, 8 games over 500. 23-15. Welcome to Suns Postgame Time, sponsored by Sweet James with the legend Tom Chambers, and they're moving up in the West.
I got nervous for a minute, though.
Oh, man. The Suns had 5 field goals, 5 made field goals in the fourth quarter. All the rest were free throws.
Those offensive rebounds that Mitchell Robinson and company were getting, I was like, okay, 1, okay, 2. I'm like, foul the guy. Get the ball back, you know?
Who thought you'd want to foul OG Anunoby, who misses a couple of free throws?
He hadn't missed one until then.
And, Oso being out there in the fourth quarter, he misses a couple of free throws, but he also had great defense on Jalen Brunson.
He really
big
did.
Stop in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's a big trade out. I worry because Oso certainly is not a good free throw shooter, but yeah, it's one of those chess matches that Coach Ott always seems to do well in.
No kidding. You were talking about that offensive rebounding, the size with Karl Anthony Towns out there. Mitchell Robinson had 8 offensive rebounds. Man, those two guys were banging the glass. Jalen Brunson, you're always worried about him in the fourth quarter, but somehow, some way, these Phoenix Suns, they get 31 points, 8 assists from Booker, 27 from Brooks. But these are the key plays down the stretch in the fourth quarter, starting with Jalen Brunson, spinning, firing, and connecting. And here come the Knicks. OG from deep. The 3-pointer for OG, and there is Mitchell Robinson banging the glass inside. The Suns needed some answers. They needed some buckets. This was a big one by Book.
Absolutely was. Book loves shooting over. I mean, a lot of guys, Steve Nash used to love to do it too. Shooting over a big guy. You put a little more arch on right there, Royce. You couldn't put a whole lot more arch on that one. That almost brought rain right there, that play. But this right here, play the game. Oh my goodness. Grayson is a stud.
Knocking off the former Sun, Mikal.
That's as excited as I've ever seen Grayson.
Oh, man. And again, it started with Oso clamping down on Jalen Brunson, forcing the pass. Grayson had another gritty play in the fourth quarter, too, just emblematic of this new Suns team. And we'll talk to Dillon Brooks, the guy who's kind of the culture starter here, along with Jordan Ott and Brian Gregory, who's put this chemistry team together.
Yeah, it's just a great group of guys. They work their tails off all the time. They do good things. And they love doing it. They love, and every player rewards the other player for that hustle play. I mean, Grayson was excited, but everybody on the bench was probably even more excited, to see a play like that in that situation. But everybody that came in tonight, once again, did something special. I mean, whether it's an offensive rebound, whether it's a steal, Goody was, good until that one,
he struggled a little bit from three-point range, and that's why the Suns really relied offensively most of the night on Booker and Brooks. But again, they get the stops. They somehow grit it out to get this win over the Knicks, who they're going to meet again quite soon here in the month of January. The Suns are on a streak of 12 consecutive games against the Eastern Conference. They have the Wizards coming in on Sunday. But to beat the Knicks, the number 2 team in the Eastern Conference, trailing only the Detroit Pistons. And again, yes, they are without Josh Hart, and he has been kind of the heart of their team with his grit and hustle and rebounding. But the Suns, to get this win when the shots weren't falling, especially in the fourth quarter, is so impressive.
It really is, but Tom, we expect to win now. I mean, the Suns are supposed to win these games. I mean, they're right there. I mentioned they're like 5 games out of second place in the West. They're in 7th, but it's that tight in the West right now. So every game counts. You can jump up. I mean, this team right ahead of them now, whether it's the Rockets or whether it's the Lakers, they can leapfrog these guys with a game.
Yep. All right, BMW first half. We're going to start with our first half highlights, but I was just alerted that Dillon Brooks is getting ready to sit down and join us. 27 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists for the villain, and he joins us now once again. Thanks for the time, Dillon. Appreciate it. Nice win. I want to start with Grayson Allen because he had 2 of the biggest plays in the fourth quarter, hitting the ground a couple of times, knocking the ball off of Mikal Bridges. How is that? I just mentioned it's kind of emblematic of this new team.
Yeah, knocking down big free throws as well.
Yes.
It doesn't matter, what type of game you're having or, if you're getting minutes or whatnot, minute restriction, regardless of what it is. We come out and play for each other. And, Grayson came out there and made 2 big plays on the defensive end. And, you see the whole bench, see the whole crowd, cheering him on.
So have you ever in your career been like the guy carrying the offense before? Because it seems like, your threes, 5 of them tonight. When the team needs a big shot, you're making the big shot. Obviously, you're not surprised by it. But do people now in your family, your circle, your life say, wow, keep it going?
Yeah, they always knew. They just knew that I never took the step. And, this year, I've taken the step, sacrificed a lot, played all types of basketball in the summer, worked very, hard and tediously throughout the summer with my trainers and all that. But, this ain't no shock. I want more, and my teammates want more. And, let's get this win against Washington.
Yeah. What was the message in the huddles in the fourth quarter, too, from you and Book and Coach Ott? Because you guys were struggling to get shots. You guys only had 5 made field goals in the fourth quarter, but still you got this group to rally.
Yeah, we, got stops, got rebounds. We might need to find out how to, get a nice little play so we can get either Book or myself or anybody else, either an open shot or a shot in our spots. But, it's our defense. We hang our hat on defense, and, that's what won us the game.
I'll tell you, some of your shots defy physics. In fact, most of your shots defy physics, because some of them are just darts. Darts right into the rim. But when Mitchell Robinson came at you that one time, you did a Royce O'Neal arch on that shot to put the ball in. Is it better to have a guy like that where you have to put a little more arc underneath that shot?
Yeah, they always tell me I got to put a little more arc on my shot for sure. And, sometimes the defender helps you, get that arc. And, that shit was nothing but net.
Last one before we cut you loose. I mean, we're looking at the artwork on your chest.
Yeah.
What is the meaning of that?
It's he who works his land will have abundant of food, but the ones who chase his fantasies will have a fill of poverty. So that's a Proverbs verse. I got it when I was in high school. It just means, if you work and craft and, you work your land, my land is basketball, crafting it, you'll have abundant of food, as you see out there on the floor when I, score a lot of baskets and play hard and, play defense. But if you're just, chasing fantasies and just dreaming, you might have a feel of poverty, it might not come true. So, I live by that and, that's why I got it inked on me.
Man,
awesome.
Thank you for sharing that. We're so lucky to have you on this team and in this community, Dillon. Appreciate it. Yep.
Appreciate you.
Good win. And you mentioned, too, not just the gritty play of Grayson Allen, but those 4 clutch free throws. Yeah. When others were struggling to make those. I mean, he talks about the hard work that he has put in to earn this, to be one of the leading scorers, to take big shots and take multiple shots in games, 2-a-days, 3-a-days, with his trainer, who he gives a lot of credit to as well.
Well, he deserves this. I mean, he has worked to deserve this. It's not like it's a fluke because he puts in the work. He's knocking down these shots. They still surprise me sometimes. I'm like, no. I mean, he literally is waving guys out. Royce, go to the other corner. He's clearing out sides of the floor. Who'd have thunk,
And to get a little glimpse inside of Dillon Brooks, too, with his explanation of the tattoo. Really cool stuff. BMW first half highlights. Suns took an early 11-point lead in this game, led by Dillon Brooks. Mentioned he had 20 in the first half, GC.
And he just stepped back and threw it. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, he's heard his shots flat. I just can't believe it goes in sometimes it's so flat. Right there, one of them was supposed to go back, but Colin didn't want to think it was him and Jalen didn't want to think it was him. But, for the most part, this defense is really, really solid, really, really good. And that New York Knicks team is good.
Yeah, Deuce McBride, you mentioned him too. That was that first time. He's become a fan favorite along with Mikal Bridges in New York. And what a beautiful pass by Oso to the cutting Suns teammates. And that's the key, is to keep moving, find those open spaces against this New York team that showed their defensive mettle in the fourth quarter.
They do. Their size is what does it. But if you keep moving the basketball and you keep moving your body, you're going to find an open guy like right there with Rasheer coming in and getting the easy dunk. But just keep going. And then they do it on defense. They do it on offense. They work just as hard to keep moving on offense too. And Karl Anthony, he's a very skilled big man. So the Suns did a pretty good job on him tonight.
Driving in, Book looking for the call. Knicks had only 23 points in the first quarter, but they respond with 37 in the second period.
How about that? That's the one. Oh. I mean, he just had to.
That was the heat check.
He had to put a little elevation on that, man.
And the Suns were leading 62-60 at the break. Dillon with 20 at halftime. Booker had 17. GCU's second half highlights, and the Brunson burner begins to heat up. We knew it would happen at some point. 12 points in that third quarter, and here come the Knicks.
Yeah, I mean, he's just that guy. I mean, there's MVP kind of stuff going on. Second team in the West, and he's their best player. So he's an absolute stud when it comes to playing this game, and especially in clutch.
Yep. Suns had their own run. They go up 12 in the third quarter, but here's Brunson. The fadeaway, man, that is his vintage. That is his trademark shot. He can get pretty much anywhere on the floor. He's kind of like a mini Luka Doncic.
Well,
there's Book going boom.
But, you know, Brunson's just so strong, too. He creates space with his strength, and he goes left, he can go right, he can knock it down, and this pass that, you know, oh, gee, Cal, I feel bad for him. No, I don't. I'm glad he missed the free throws, but I feel bad because, you know, he was 6-6, and then the game got cost because of that. But Royce O'Neal knocking another one down. He just shoots it. So he's, what do you make, 5 tonight, 4 tonight? Royce, 4 threes. Royce, Book knocking down another three. He's finding his 3-point, accuracy. He's struggled a little bit this year. That guy right there, man, he's athletic as heck.
Deuce, he had 17. You mentioned Royce, 4 of 6.
Oh,
from 3-point range. Big swat by Big Will. Mark Williams, and then rewarded by Grayson Allen.
Grayson's the best at that, going hard to the basket and throwing it up to the big fella.
9-point Suns lead. They go back to Brunson, spread the floor, let him go one-on-one. That's when they are at their best offense.
Didn't we see that shot just a minute ago?
Yeah.
Oh, it just looked just like it.
Exactly. Then had to deal with their bigs, and OG knocking down the corner 3.
And that's not a beautiful shot, but man, I'll tell you, he's efficient. He really is. They're paying him a bunch of money. A guy who plays defense, and Royce, he's the master of the fake pass to shoot the ball, isn't he?
That put the Suns up 106-101. They hang on to win. 4 clutch free throws from Grayson Allen down the stretch. Both teams shooting 45% from the field. And then the rebounding obviously was an issue. 26 rebounds combined for Towns and Mitchell Robinson. Talked about 8 offensive boards, but the Suns still win. They survive 112-107. We'll take a break here on Suns postgame time. 112-107 over the Knicks. When we come back, EJ, Coach Ott, and we're going to hear from Mike Breen.